Good morning. Good morning, Stéphane. Good morning, Sandrine.
Hi, Claudia.
Hi, Claudia.
Welcome to another edition of Luxdates First Date Kit. And I'm really proud and happy to see two smiling faces this morning of Sandrine and Stéphane Compain. And they run the company LuxRelo. Do you just quickly want to introduce yourselves?
Well, so I'm Stéphane, business partner in the company LuxRelo. I'm a French national, and I've always worked in moving and relocation industry.
All right.
So for me, I'm his wife. I'm first myself, and then I'm Stéphane's wife. So we work together for a few years already. We've been studying together already.
Yeah.
So for us, it's quite natural.
Yeah.
We have 3 children. I didn't work for a long time because I wanted to. Stéphane was working long hours like crazy, and since we were always in areas where we didn't have any families, we thought we should raise the children ourselves, so we couldn't match 2 careers. But then once the kids got older, I decided now it's my turn. I had the kid young enough, and now I can also enjoy working because I think it's really nice to work.
Yeah.
It's quite nice.
And you started LuxRelo 3 years ago.
Yeah, almost 4 now.
Almost 4 years ago, I lost my job, and I was 49, and I thought, okay, what should I do? I went to see a transition coach, and to work on what I should do next. And after looking at various options, one day I came back home and I told Sandrine, well, you know what, we are going to set up our own company. And
because I was already in the relocation business as well.
Yeah, she was a freelancer, and so she knew the operational part. I was managing a branch in Luxembourg, so I had more the broader overview, and I knew how to run a business. So it was the perfect match.
And it was a perfect match in more than one sense, not only from a business perspective, but also from a personal perspective. And we will talk about that just a little bit later. I'm interested in, so not usually we see each other at Silver Square, and we chat, and I know you're, as the crow flies, you're not very far away from me, but it feels like you're really far away. There's borders separating us now. We can't really cross the borders. What's life like in France, where you are under serious lockdown?
Yeah, it's a serious lockdown. So we need to have, one paper that we have to do every time when we want to go out for shopping or just for a walk outside. We need another paper if we need to go to Luxembourg for work, and we need also a paper from the Luxembourgish government to be able to enter Luxembourg. So it's a strange feeling. We try to really respect the lockdown instructions. We've been only twice food shopping,
and that's it.
And we are, compared to a lot of people, we are really lucky to have a house with a garden.
Yes.
So we don't miss too much to go outside, and really we don't go outside a lot. I've been jogging a few times, but not much, because I feel a bit I don't feel it's right when I'm doing it. So I try to avoid it and doing sport only at home. For us, it's very serious. A lot of people are dying and a lot of people are sick.
Yeah.
But we have 2 of our children at home, so it's kind of also nice to have a family gathering.
Yeah. Yeah. And Sandrine, when we spoke a couple of weeks ago, when we didn't even really think about this situation becoming real, you told me that you had been under lockdown before. So you have some practice, right? With the bird flu.
Ah, yes, I've forgotten. Yeah, that's right. We had that, when was it? No, not 20 years ago, maybe 10 or 15 years ago.
Yeah.
One of our kids got it at school and brought it home. So the whole family was sick and we had to stay home 2 weeks. But at the time it was it was only our family being like that. So we wouldn't lock down.
Okay.
It was more vacation.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had 3-4 days where we were not feeling good at all, but it was fun because friends would brought us cooked meals, food in front of the door, and we stayed at home.
Yeah.
Here it's different.
Here it's different because we know everybody is the same. So I think it's more time where you get also an introspection.
Yeah.
And also you focus on your family.
Yeah.
And in a way, for those people who are not sick like us, I find it very blessing because we never have that time.
Yeah.
Of course, we are close to our children and everything, but we never have such a long time together without moving, And for us, it's really nice. Well, our kids are old enough, huh?
Yeah.
They're not running all over. Everybody during the day, everybody's at their desk working, and we meet for lunch, dinner, and a few hours.
Our daughter is 16, and she has classes, so she's studying. And our second son, he's working remotely for his internship, and so he's working all day long. So basically, the whole family is working. It would be a bit different if we had young kids. To help them for classes and entertain them.
Yeah,
I think we are lucky, and we only have the good part.
Well, that's we were talking about before we started. We were talking a little bit about how this crisis has forced us to be still, and we are not so ungrateful for this time of introspection and a little bit of rest. But also in terms of innovation. So what has this crisis done for you in terms of forcing you to innovate and do things with your business, or do things that you hadn't really thought about before?
I mean, it's not really innovation, but what we have been doing, and it's still not finished, is that we now took the time to review all our procedures and processes.
Yeah.
To streamline the way we are working, and to make sure that we had so many documents, and then documents that maybe were redundant, and we needed to clean that out and to have a process that is much simpler for us, for our customers. So Sandrine has been working a lot on that. I've been using social medias quite a lot, especially LinkedIn. Just to communicate on the first weeks on all the information about the lockdown, the papers that people needed, and informing people. And I just last week I did a video with my daughter, which dance teacher asked for a kind of challenge on flash dance. And so she said, "Oh, Dad, why don't you dance with me?" And so I decided to dress and to dance in front of the TV with my daughter. And yesterday, I've put the video, a part of the video, on LinkedIn, just for fun. And I was just amazed how it went viral. With I don't know how many comments and people saying, "You brighten my day." It feels so good to laugh, and I'm happy. I was a bit concerned doing that on LinkedIn because it's more professional.
Yeah.
But I think people need that. You have so many bad news, and a lot of people, we are lucky nobody's affected in our family, but we have so many people that are affected by, you know, people being sick or who maybe, you know, died also.
Yeah.
So that, you know, having some joy and me making fun of myself in front of everybody. Well, you know, it doesn't mean that you cannot be professional in the work you do. I mean, I don't want to take myself seriously as well.
And I will link the video in the comments section. It is hilarious, and you wear that costume really, really well.
Thanks.
You should wear it more often.
And I think it's a nice part, you know, because once in a while we need to have meetings with other professionals, and so everybody, you know, is in front of Zoom or whatever system they use. And you see them in their kitchen, living room, wherever they can have, you know, a bit of
they are more casual.
Yeah.
And I think it makes the relationship more real. And I like that part. Well, our business is already really human oriented. You know, we are here to help people, and most of the time we help them much more than what we are supposed to do, that, you know, just a work permit or just look for a house, because it's not just that, there is all the emotion that goes around. So I think we wouldn't be doing that type of business if we were not you know, in phase with people.
But it was nice. We had a call last week with one of the HR, and you know, it was a casual talk, and it was not only about business. So I thought the communication was better. It was deeper. It was nice.
There's no pretending.
And I'm not sure if we had a face-to-face meeting in their office, that it would have been the same. I'm pretty sure not, because it would have been more formal.
But I think now, you know, maybe people will put all those barriers down. You know, why do we need to be that formal for everything? You know, as long as there is respect, you know, I think sometimes people confuse formal being respectful. It's something separate. You can be very respectful and being casual and friendly, and, you know, and maybe this is more trustful, actually. You know,
I think it has to do with we play roles, and when we're in the office, or when we wear our business hats, we play a role. And now that we're in our homes, we're kind of like, well, this is just me. I have this job, but it's just me, and let's talk as people.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so that's nice. And I remember when I keep referring to this event at Silver Square that we had a couple of weeks ago. It was the last public event I went to, and you and I were joking, and you said, you know, probably in 9 months from now there will be a lot of babies. And now we hear people have to work it out 24/7. They have to stay indoors. With many families, it has tragic consequences. Domestic violence is on the rise. But I think also that this is a time when many couples reflect on their relationships, and maybe some are even ready to think about a divorce, or think about seeking for a couples therapist, because issues arise that normally wouldn't have arisen. You seem happy. You seem content. What is your recipe?
You know, it doesn't come just from the lockdown. It's something that we put in place since the beginning. You know, you don't just wake up one day and say, okay, from now on I will do like this, and that. Something you build, you know,
and I think that
along the way.
And I think that a lot of people that will divorce after the lockdown, which I'm pretty sure the number will increase, it's most of them already had difficulties in their couple. And the fact that, you know, they were each one going to work, or, you know, doing things separately,
it would hide the problem.
And, you know, being back together and not being able to communicate, I mean, is just increasing the problem.
Yeah. So take us back a little bit to the beginning of Sandrine and Stéphane's love story.
"30 years ago."
Yeah, 30 years ago.
Yeah.
A little bit more. Yeah.
Yeah.
So how did you meet?
So we met in a business school in London. So we were in the same year doing the same business school. It was quite international. So of course you tend to stick a bit with the people that speak the same language at the beginning. So we were a group of French-speaking people, and you had those two girls, one Lebanese and one French girl, and they were living, on the campus. So we were spending a lot of time talking and joking in their rooms, and it's how it all started.
So Sandrine, what's your version of the story?
Same. But then suddenly it happens at the beginning. You don't really know if it's serious or not.
Yeah.
But quite quickly, I felt it was serious.
What was that feeling? What?
It's just,
Oh.
no.
Oh.
I just like being with Stéphane. I think he's a very warm person.
Yeah.
Nice. And we laugh a lot. We can talk. There's a lot of respect, of course, between each other. And, as it goes with the years, you can feel that it gets even stronger.
Yeah.
And I think it's so great. So
I was reading an interesting article a while back concerning relationship, and people think that the love has different is different. You have different type of love. One that are most often lasting are the ones where there is a kind of friendship as well. Not only extreme love where you're burning yourself and then there's nothing else afterwards. Here we are friends as well.
We're everything.
Yeah. Business partner in life,
friends, parents.
Yeah.
So I remember when I grew up, my parents also worked together. So they were so they were in a similar situation, 24/7. For them it was quite different because when there were problems in the business, they would take the problems home, and the relationship would revolve around these problems, and it was really stressful. How do you handle this? Not taking the business too much into your home.
We do.
We do.
We do.
We are in a way lucky to have started our business late because we only have one daughter at home. She's grown up now, and of course there is no real limits between our personal life and our business life, and I think it would have been difficult if we would have started earlier.
Yeah.
When the kids were younger. Now that the kids, are grown up, it's like it's our fourth baby,
Ah, okay.
In a way,
Yeah.
Because the two boys, are out of the house. We only have Letitia with us, and
yeah, it's but sometimes our daughter is saying, "Oh, you are talking too much about business. Free some time for us." But the good thing being entrepreneurs is that we can decide that when we want to stop. So if we want to have a day off during the week, we can do that. That's
yeah.
The thing.
In a way, this is what I tell her. It's true, we work a lot, long hours and everything. But very often, you know, when you can also work from home, you know, she comes back from school, we are here.
Mm-hmm.
So, when you work in an office and you have to do 8 to 5 or
Mm-hmm.
driving, and you arrive at home at 7 o'clock exhausted, you need to prepare dinner and blah blah, you don't see your parent more.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
see,
You always hear what's going on. So if it's, you know, if she needs us for 5 minutes, we can be there. It's okay. And you know, and if we work like late in the evening anyway, she might be watching TV, or, you know,
Mm-hmm.
she doesn't need to be glued to the parents all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And the kids are happy, you know, to see that we are building something,
Mm-hmm.
that we're happy about it as well.
Mm. Well, that's an interesting perspective. That the project, your company is your fourth baby, and it's the it keeps you together.
yeah, we've done it together. So it's not if we had, you know, one of us has started a project, which, you know, the partner would be only hearing about it, but not implicated. Here we are working both in the project. We are thinking about, you know, investments, projects, and so on together. So
and it's like a game.
Yeah, it's a game for us.
You know, because it's fun to work.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fun to do what you love. That's one of the perks of being self-employed. So in terms of when you look back over the times that you have been together, worked together, brought children up together, you must have been through a lot of crisis moments, and I'm sure for you it was not all fun and games all the time. On a scale of 1 to 10, where does the current crisis that you experience rank to other crises that you have experienced before?
On a personal, just personal,
Yeah. Yeah.
think that
Yeah.
you know, out there you have some people in deep trouble.
Yeah.
I would say 3, 4.
3, 4, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we had things in the past that were, you know, affected us much more. Losing my job, for example. Again, is because we don't have anybody affected by the coronavirus. It would be different if we had, you know, family affected or close family.
No, we're just talking for us, personal, you know, with the situation as it is today. As I say, you know, for us, it's a time to calm down, get time, you know, a bit for introspection. Yeah, it's more relaxed because we run a little bit less.
Yeah. And you run a lot in your everyday jobs. You're supporting people, and you know you work very closely with your clients.
You know, when I'm with the client on the road all day, I come home, you know, I give them all my energy.
Yeah.
And I come home, I'm like, it's like the battery is completely down.
Yeah.
And I need to rebuild it for the next one. But I'm happy to do it, huh?
Yeah.
And I don't see myself doing it another way, because if I help somebody, I will help the person as much as I can. But it's very demanding.
Yeah.
And especially as an entrepreneur, you have to do everything yourself. As you know, I'm doing quite a number of networking events in the evening as well. So coming back home late, and all that has stopped. So which is a pity for the business. But in a way, for myself, it's also a way to rest and to enjoy time with the family, which you know, I cannot do otherwise when I'm out a lot of the evenings during the week.
Yeah. Yeah. So when you are in normal times, and you support your clients, you give you everything, you feel your batteries draining, you go to networking events, and you come home and you're both like tired. How do you support each other as a couple? How do you give each other energy?
We laugh a lot. I'm a kind of clown. And
I'm a good public.
And she's a good public. So,
I laugh for all these stupid things.
so
Don't ask us what.
yeah,
Ah.
yeah, sometimes even, you know, our daughter is saying, before we go to sleep, and she can hear us laugh in the bathroom, and she's like, why are you laughing all the time in the evening? It's just because, you know, I'm saying stupid things, or I behave like, you know, stupid.
Yeah.
A bit like the video I did.
Yeah.
So, you know, and you know, it just relieved the pressure.
Yeah.
And we communicate a lot, and I
Yeah.
think that, a big problem in couple is that they don't talk, and when they don't talk, they will reach a point where it's too late.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I must say that on that, Sandrine helped me a lot. I was not a real talker before, more
because
introvert.
we communicate good or bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes I would say, we need to speak now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I hear that a lot, that, you know, men are a little bit, well, find it harder to communicate about their feelings, and they also handle conflict situation differently. So what is your recipe for fighting well, for handling conflict in a constructive way?
I will tell Stéphane, for example, if we are surrounded by people and he does something, you know, I'm like, we'll speak about it later. and then he knows that I will speak about it for sure. It's not just I say that.
Yeah.
Because you need to clean it.
Yeah.
Know?
Yeah.
You know who is the boss now in the house.
I didn't need to ask that question. So I didn't need to ask who's the boss.
With the children, you know, we should not leave the dust under the carpet.
Yeah.
You know, we should clean it all the time.
Yeah.
It's not a real problem anymore.
Yeah.
Because when you accumulate the dust, it's difficult to clean it. But when you do it on a regular basis,
then you laugh. Quickly you laugh about it.
Quickly you laugh. And we also try not to fall asleep upset against each other. It's one of the rules we set up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we broke the rule a few times in our life.
That's what rules are for, that to be broken, but remembered. Yeah.
Yeah, we like everybody else. We have some fights. We have some arguments. One of us will maybe leave the house, slamming the door and yelling at the other. But it never lasts long. And you have to forgive. You know, it's part of the life. You cannot agree on everything.
And I think another thing. And we've been doing it all the time, you should never be scared of getting help from the outside, professionals. Not just for couple things, for the things that each of us has as an individual. You know, all have things that are not comfortable, that
from our past, from our family.
Yeah. Yes.
Things or a boss or whatever. And I think it's very important to be able to just, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. Go to a professional, speak about it, feel more comfortable, and, you know, like an onion, piece of it, you peel it, and then you feel better. And what you do for yourself will, to me, I mean, at least I feel it feeds also my couple and my family, you know, my kids. And I think that's great.
Because she's right, because sometimes what the problems in the couples comes because people didn't resolve their own problems, family relationship with parents, and by keeping that away and not finding the right answer to those problems, it's put on the couple's shoulders, you know, as an entity.
Yeah.
And it's when things are not, you know, going well afterwards.
Yeah.
It's only if, you know, each as an individual feels good that the couple can feel strong.
Right. Apart from not being upset or going to bed upset, is there another ritual that you have that has kept your marriage on track?
We don't have
rituals.
We don't have real rituals.
We like doing things together at home, you know, in the garden, or we go running together, or we go for walks, or
it's
nothing really special.
We like to spend time together. Now we are working together. We are spending even more time. But yeah, we like to, you know, we like sometimes during the weekend just not to see anybody, stay together, enjoy time together, discuss, read, laugh, and
sometimes we don't even speak. It's true. Just everybody feels fine, and that's okay.
So I think it's also important to be comfortable with silence and just be.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the word. Just be yourself.
And also one important thing as life, you know, in the house as a couple is that you should share the home work that has to be done. And it's like I think it's for us. It's like, I don't know how you the word in English, but it's when, you know, when one part is very busy, the other one will just, you know, replace the person to do the family household cleaning, cooking, and so on. And we've been doing that. I mean, it was less when I was working and I had to leave in the morning,
and that's when we had crisis as well.
Yeah,
because I was sick of it.
But now it's like, you know, if Sandrine is on the road the whole day, and you know, I spend just less time in the office in Luxembourg and come back early, then I can, you know, I will prepare the meal, I will the laundry, do a small, you know, some cleaning, do the shopping, and vice versa.
Yeah, so there's no rule.
There's no rule.
Yeah, you're really a good team. You pick you do the job when you see the other one is weak. Yeah.
As a man, I don't feel ashamed to, you know, if we to do the cleaning or the laundry. It's, for me, there's no you know, blue and a pink job in the household.
So are there top 5, is there a list of top 5 tips that you could give other couples who are perhaps struggling right now to keep the relationship alive?
Last one, mutual respect. And
how do you get that?
Mutual respect starts with respecting yourself. You know? And being able to tell the other one, you know what, you hurt me. We're going to fight now, but we will speak about it, because I want you to understand what I feel when you tell me that. Because, you know, if you fight, but when you speak later, you know, when things are calmed down and you bring the topic again on the table, you know, there is not that much emotion in it. You can take it as, you know, a tutorial or something, you know, to solve.
Thank you, I'm a tutorial.
No, but you understand what I mean.
Yeah.
It's important, you know, to also to be able to say, you hurt me. You didn't realize, because very often, no, I didn't. No. I felt it that way.
She was wrong.
I'm always wrong, but it doesn't matter. At the end, you know, at the end, the other one will pay attention to what hurts you, because you know, if the person cares about you, they will not and also not to take too much advantage, you know, of the other. It's respect. Because I see many people, you know, that I think, oh, they take too much advantage, you know, the husband or the wife is nice and is nice, and the other one is just like pushing. Suddenly, those people, you know, they're gonna explode, you know.
Yeah, especially now in times like these, any inadequacies will be highlighted. So
respect and communicate.
Communication for me is key, and I think, like I said before, it's one thing that is missing in a lot of couples, is that they live together but they don't communicate. So if you don't communicate, then it's going to be very difficult, because you need to talk about you know, good things, bad things, share, and if you don't do that, it's your couple is not going to last long.
Always question yourself,
Mm-hmm.
because what is true today might not be true tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Why would there be only one way of doing? You know,
and love is very important.
yeah,
For
humor,
us. Yeah, humor is
solves a lot
yeah,
of problem.
yeah.
Don't take yourself too seriously,
Yeah.
but you know, we are serious person, but we don't take ourselves
Yeah.
seriously.
Yeah.
What we'll do, you know, we'll do it seriously, the education of our children, blah blah.
Our job and
But
so
of
on.
course,
But you can have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, even in a, you know, when in my previous job with my team, we had a lot of fun. We made jokes, and we were sometimes acting stupid in the office. But you know,
it releases a lot of pressure.
It relieves the pressure, and
Mm.
I think in our couple we are able to do that. You know, just, you know, doing stupid things, and I'm very creative to do that.
Well, thank you for sharing your story, and I'm sure a lot of people who are now sitting at home will find it very very soothing to hear that crises that people have gone through before kind of prepare you for what you're going through now, and also sharing some of your tips of how to make day-to-day life a little bit more fun, and not take yourself too seriously. So thank you.
It was really, really nice of you, and we enjoyed it.
Oh, I enjoyed it too. And if anybody out there listening and watching this video is interested in sharing their story about how they met and how they keep their relationship alive, I would love to hear from you. And I say goodbye for now.
Goodbye.
And
Bye.
speak soon.
Thank you.
Bye.